ready to run through a wall.
We're going to run some clock. Or maybe
this team is destined. Well, the Eagles hold on to beat the Cowboys, and I knew it was going to be a shootout. I knew the Eagles weren't going to come in and blow the Cowboys. Yeah, I knew it wasn't going to be like that. But you came out flat. Let's call it like it is. You got screwed. Your momentum, your juice got screwed when your star defensive tackle, Jalen Carter, gets thrown out of the game without even playing a single snap. Your defense looks beyond lost in the first half, giving up big plays to C.D. Lamb. Dory Jackson can't cover. And look, I get it's the first game. I'm not going to flip out, right? I'm not going to be all freak out. You won the game. You're 1-0. That's all that matters. But you do have some big problems. And one of your biggest problems is obviously a cornerback, which we're going to get into, but you still have a big crybaby problem with Jalen Carter. I thought offensively you did enough, not enough in the second half, but your defense stepped up in the second half. You know, your defense gave you some juice in the second half. So that's just where I'm at with that. So welcome on in, everybody, to Broad Street Sports, your home for the best Philly sports talk every single day and unfiltered. This is the Eagles post-game show. Today's show and every show is brought to you by Scola's Perfect Scoop, 2020 Penrose Avenue, the heart of South Philly. Their go-to place for milkshakes, acai bowls, sundaes, and more for 5 years. 2020 Penrose Avenue. It's crazy. It's crazy. So, the Birds they took care of business. They did whatever they had to do. They went in. They beat them. And that's what matters the most. You know what I mean? That is ultimately what matters the most. So, there's a little bit to get into here. We'll start with this Jalen Carter saga. You ready? Jalen Carter screwed this defense, and not only the defense, but this team. I'm being completely honest with you. He's in his third year in the league. And he's still being a crybaby. He's still doing these stupid, childish things. He got thrown out without even playing a single snap. So let me give you this. In the first half, he made Mario Ojomo play 97% of the snaps, and Jordan Davis play 87% of the snaps. That's the first time since 2016 where defensive line guys played more than 85% of the snaps. He hurt this team. Jordan Davis can't be out there that long. I don't care how much weight he lost. He hurt this team. This team, look, say what you want, but I believe that they lost juice. They lost momentum. They lost the hype when they saw Jalen Carter getting thrown out for such stupid and such childish things, man. Such stupid things. So, look, the defense and all, right? The defense and all was able to, especially late in the game, was able to give you some pressure. Late in the game, that final drive, they were getting to Dak. They were hitting him in the back. They were taking his arm down and forcing him to throw it in the coverage, which is great. But why weren't we able to see that all game? Where was that all game? Defensively, this team looked real bad. They looked pitiful all night. But yeah, I just think Jalen Carter specifically messed up and screwed this defensive line. He really, really did, man. This was they should be look, and I want to explain this to everybody. When Jordan Davis plays in the game, teams' offensive lines have to double team Jalen Carter. They have to double team him. So you get rid of him. He's ejected. He's not in the game. Jalen Carter is not getting double teamed anymore. Because remember, when he was getting double teamed, guys from all over could be blitzing, and they can't pick it up because they're focusing on double teaming the best defensive tackle in the league. But now you don't have that option. You're not there to, I mean, he's not even on the field to get double teamed. So now, I mean, it's an even fight. Nobody's getting to Dak. So it kind of bothered me that this football team wasn't really getting to Dak, wasn't really putting pressure. But you got to remember the key details that, when you have somebody like Jalen Carter, who, when he does play, he does get double teamed, and it actually helps out the rest of the defensive line. That's great. And you saw early on into the game as well. You saw early on in the game, I mean, this defensive line, they couldn't stop the run either. Javonte Williams was all over the field. And again, when you have Jalen Carter, you're able to stop them. When you have Jalen Carter, you're able to kind of stop the run. And so I don't know. As I continue to say, I think he screwed this defense. He screwed the team. And look, the team won, right? This team won. So that's not what I'm trying to say. The team did win. But it put this team in an awkward situation where, you don't have to be in that. You don't have to be in that. I mean, and I'm reading a comment here. There's more footage of Dak. Okay. There is more footage that Dak tried to spit at him first. Yeah, we did see that Dak tried to spit him, but when I looked at it, I saw that Dak was like spitting at him, but spitting at like the ground, though. You know what I mean? He's like spitting at the ground. But of course, when Jalen Carter does it, his dumbass does it right in front of the ref, and he actually spits on Dak. When Dak did it, of course, it was like at the ground. It wasn't on him in the whole 9 yards. But he did it right in front of the ref, right on the Dak. And Dak, whining about it, freaked out about it, which fine, whatever. But, yeah, so that is that when it comes to the to Jalen Carter. And another thing before I forget, how about that stupid ass rain delay? Are you serious? A weather delay in football? I don't think I've ever seen that before. I don't know. I mean, I wasn't at the game. I haven't really heard anything from anybody that was at the game regarding this issue. But what I did hear is that they kind of blew it out of proportion. Like, it really wasn't as bad as they were making it seem. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I have no idea. I don't know if it was raining. I don't know if it was lightning out. I don't know if it was thundering. I don't know anything. But the fact that this is the first time I've ever seen the NFL stop a football game for rain and for lightning, for thunder. Like, I've never seen that before. Football is supposed to be played in the elements. Football is supposed to be played outside. And we're not doing all that. Why? So, so that was something that I needed to get into before I forget. So staying on the defensive side of the football, let's talk about Adoree Jackson. Yo, Adoree Jackson sucks. He stinks. Oh, he's bad. And honestly, this is the repercussions of Howie Roseman letting Isaiah Rodgers go. Isaiah Rodgers, I mean, the fact that you had Adoree Jackson covering CeeDee Lamb all night and that you saw him getting picked apart, and then when it wasn't CeeDee Lamb, it was George Pickens, and he's still getting torn to shreds, and then he got taken off the field for Bennett, and Bennett didn't do that great of a job either. Adoree Jackson sucks, and it's like we can't even really take him out because Ringo sucks. Bennett isn't that good. It's like, dude, what are we doing? What are we doing right now? And honestly, this directly falls on Howie Roseman. Howie Roseman and this Eagles defense, the team, they're feeling the exact repercussions of letting Isaiah Rodgers walk. That you can't do that. Slay, it is what it is. You weren't going to pay him. You weren't going to do it, whatever. But Isaiah Rodgers, you're feeling it now, dude. You're not playing in preseason games anymore. You're playing in real meaningful football games. You're playing in real meaningful football games where, you're not facing the backups. You're not facing the third stringers. You're facing teams that could go win a Super Bowl. You're facing Dak Prescott, who 2 years ago finished second in MVP voting. And you got torched. You know what bothered me was that throughout almost the entire game, why was Quinyon Mitchell not on CeeDee Lamb? That I don't care about slot. I don't care about this. I don't care about any of that. I don't. What I care about is my best corner, my best defensive back against your best receiver. That's what I care about. So, and then you saw late in the game when they actually did make that switch and they actually did put when they did put Quinyon on CeeDee Lamb and on Pickens, they were able to shut him down. They were definitely able to shut him down. But I'll tell you what, this Eagles team has a serious problem at cornerback. They have a serious problem when at cornerback with Keely Ringo and with Adoree Jackson and with Bennett. They don't have the juice. Whatever Isaiah Rodgers and Slay and all these three dudes, they don't have the juice. They don't have the juice. Of course, guys, you guys want to call into the show, 215-839-8246. That's the number to get in. You guys also want to leave a comment in the comment section. That would be absolutely great. Make sure you guys hit the like button and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. I know it's late. This game pissed me off going this late. What a joke. Yeah, Jalen Carter got caught, unfortunately. But, yeah, no matter what, players should not be spitting. Yeah, especially that early into the game. You should not be, spitting on each other. I mean, I thought that was a disgrace. Ugly game. Yeah, it was ugly. It was absolutely ugly. And it sucks, man. It really, really does. But the Eagles always do start slow. They're always starting slow. It always takes them a little bit to get going, which is annoying. But I mean, if they are able to figure it out and able to kind of change some things, I mean, they do have some extra rest. But I mean, Jalen Carter, I'm seeing reports where Jalen Carter is going to get he's going to get suspended for 1 to 2 games. I mean, we can't afford to be doing all that, man. We really can't afford to do all that. Okay, so here's a comment regarding the weather situation. There were 5 lightning strikes, but as much as I want them to play, they couldn't. So you're saying they couldn't play. So like I'm over here. I mean, I wasn't at the game. Of course, I was at my house, and I'm saying, hey, it's football. Let these guys play. Let them all play. But you were at the game, I'm assuming, and you're saying they couldn't play. So, I mean, if they couldn't play, they couldn't play. But it is football. I mean, you're supposed to be able to play out in the elements. Adoree No Action Jackson. I like that one. KJ. Oh man. Yeah, no, we have some serious cornerback problems. Look. The Eagles have some serious cornerback problems. Adoree Jackson sucks. He stinks. And not only does he suck, Keely Ringo sucks, and Bennett sucks. There's no other options to go to. Howie Roseman, this defense, and this team, they're feeling the repercussions of letting Isaiah Rodgers walk. They're feeling it. You have no good production from cornerback. You have no good production from there. You really don't. And it's sad because all night I'm seeing CeeDee Lamb torching Adoree Jackson. George Pickens torching Adoree Jackson. Just torching them, picking them apart. Dak Prescott picking them apart. I don't know. But you are definitely feeling the repercussions. I mean, you're feeling it not having Isaiah Rodgers. Man, you are feeling it. Let's go to the offensive side of the football, shall we? Let's go offensively here. Yeah. Let's go to so let's go offense here. You know, I had some doubts coming in with Patullo and the way he was going to call the game, if he was going to be another Brian Johnson 2.0. I'm not saying that I exactly loved the game plan and what we did offensively, but I don't think it was bad. I think they played a good game and a clean game. They kind of played it very conservative in a way. I mean, they did take a couple deep shots at Jahan Dotson. That one pass by Jalen was great. But I seen a lot of check downs, a lot of runs, and that's what I wanted to see, though. I did want to see a lot of runs. I want them to be a run-heavy team because, of course, when you run the ball, it opens up the pass. But what I did like from the passing side, Jalen Hurts was clean with the football. He was stepping up in the pocket. He looked good. He threw a good ball. That was the fastest I've seen Jalen the run since the 2022 season. So maybe he's back to that 2022 speed. But I really, really liked how they had Dallas Goedert in the game plan. Dallas Goedert is a mismatch for anybody. Dallas Goedert is great. And the fact that they were able to use him, and they used him so wonderfully and great, it was wonderful to see. So I'm not saying I exactly loved the entire game of the game plan that we saw them run out there with Patullo, but I think that they're trying to figure out what works. I mean, it's not like I think they're trying to figure out what works. Because remember, this is Patullo's first year doing this. So they're trying to figure out, hey, does this work? Does that work? Well, I like this. Saquon had a good day, right? So I think that that's the way that they're trying to angle this. And yeah, so I get it. They were definitely conservative offensively, especially in the second half. But I like the fact that they were able to hold on to the football. Jalen Hurts stepping up into the pocket, throwing a good ball, finding his check down, finding Dallas Goedert, who seemingly was consistently open. I thought Saquon Barkley ran the ball pretty well tonight. Jalen Hurts was so good with his feet. And again, I said this earlier, Jalen Hurts looked like the 2022 Jalen Hurts running the football with his speed, with his IQ of when to take off, where to take off. I like that. I absolutely like that. That was great. And it was, again, great to see. Absolutely wonderful to see. So again, I mean, I had my doubts with Patullo. I didn't know what we were going to see with Kevin Patullo. No idea. And honestly, though, I still don't know what we got with Patullo. We still don't exactly know what we have with Patullo. But I thought it was a good, clean game. No turnovers, no stupid passes. Just a conservative brand of football. But you play a conservative brand of football, you can build on that. You can build on Jalen Hurts stepping up into the pocket, finding the check down, finding an open tight end, running the football well. Like, you can build on that. So I really did like what I seen offensively. But staying on, of course, on the offensive side of the football here, as much as I'm talking about how our quarterback played and how Dallas Goedert played in the offense, our wide receivers tonight were non-existent. Look, the Eagles wide receivers tonight were non-existent. A.J. Brown, look, I don't know if you guys caught any of this, but A.J. Brown, he was like not running the route. He would like jog the route. He would like walk the route. He wasn't being A.J. Brown. And Devontae Smith, 3 catches, 16 yards. A.J. Brown, it took A.J. Brown till the final drive of the game to get his first catch. He had 1 catch with 8 receiving yards. So as much as I'm talking about how Jalen Hurts was able to find the check down, Jahan Dotson too, he was able to find Jahan Dotson and Dallas Goedert. But man, these wide receivers tonight were non-existent. A.J. Brown, 1 catch, 8 yards. Devontae Smith, 3 catches, 16 yards. That's not good enough. That's not good enough. So, yeah, your offense played a pretty clean game. That's great. I'm happy about that. But, man, you got bailed. I mean, you got screwed. I'm watching A.J. Brown walk out there and not run the route the right way. I'm going out there and I'm watching A.J. Brown half-ass routes, not run routes fully. Like, that's not cool, man. That ain't cool. That ain't cool, bro. That is not cool. I don't get it. I really do not get it. It's bad. It is really, 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 really bad. But let's read a couple more comments. Dory Jackson was James Bradbury. Yeah, he actually was. But yeah, man, I appreciate all you guys for joining in. I know it's late at night. I know everybody wants to go to bed. So do I. But Eagles do win. Eagles do hold on to beat the Cowboys, which is absolutely great. Hopefully they could play a little bit differently next week. Come out a little better, come out not so flat, but we'll see how that goes. Thank you guys for all tuning in. Make sure you guys hit the like button and subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. Today's show and every show here on 4th Street Sports is brought to you by Scola's Perfect Scoop, South Philly's home for Sundays, milkshakes, acai bowls, and more for 5 years. 2020 Penrose Avenue. I will see you all very, very soon. Go Birds. Harper has been absolutely insane. I'm ready to run through a wall.
We're going to run some clock. Or maybe
This team is destined